All right, Big Man, today is Wednesday. It's January 18th. Welcome to the Dog Walk presented by Barstool Sports. It's myself, Chief's here, Danny's here, Hannah's here. We're in the big studio. How's everybody doing, Chief? How are you?
I'm good. I mean, Hannah had a comment that absolutely knocked me on my ass, like she always does. She just said something that's just so utterly preposterous, and it just has my head spinning.
Yeah, that's kind of how this stemmed. Like, we were just kind of bullshitting, and then she said something that, like, you were throwing darts, I think, with Lance.
Yeah.
And you're like, what? And then we're just like, hey, let's chop it up.
Pop in.
What was the comment?
She said that the best night for a single guy to go out and get laid is unequivocally, it has to be Thursday. And first of all, I don't know where your brain is. I don't know why you think that's a thing. And I feel like it is definitely not a thing.
It's too much of an adventure for it to have it on a work night, you know? Like sometimes I feel like a guy might not stay out as late or bring a girl home just because he has work in the morning. Hannah, why do you think that Thursday night is the best night to get laid?
Looking back at that comment, I realized, could I be a weekday slut? I'm not sure why I feel that way, but it's almost like standards are so low. Oh my God, you're bringing me on a date, drinks Thursday, feels like you're showing me off. I'm going to show you some love back.
Oh, okay.
So for a date night, are you saying like best night to get laid after a date, or for a single guy just to hit the town, he has the best chances of bringing a girl back?
Almost both. If you're taking me out for just drinks on a Thursday, I'm feeling like I'm getting wooed. You're showing me off to the world a weekday.
Man.
So then what
Drinks.
does your logic say about Monday through Wednesday?
I mean, then that's just inappropriate. That's like work first.
That's inappropriate.
I feel like you could only peak like work-wise. Thursday people are like, Friday's on the mind. Friday's already on the mind.
So listen, I think there's a little bit of legs to her theory on Thursday, because if you're going out on a Thursday, like, you're
Wild.
Yeah, I think a
well-
lot of people say Thursday and Sundays are kind of the best days to go out because you're not expecting anything. So anything extra that happens, it just always succeeds expectations every time, as opposed to a Friday and Saturday.
yeah.
But what do you make of that comment where it's like, he's taking me out on a Thursday, he must be showing me off?
I guess
I must be getting piped.
I guess we'll come back. We'll come back to that. My point is, I guess if you go out, take the date out of the equation. If you're out and the people who are left standing at 1 a.m., like, you're not just getting that hangover.
They're up to no good.
You're not just taking that hangover just to have fun. Like, you're out for
You're on the prowl.
You're out for a cause.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
my point.
A weekday sex is such a luxury when you're single too. So I mean,
That's my point.
Not many people would say no, but to deem it as like the number one day of getting laid, I don't know about that.
I confidently can say, like, imagine this. You know, they're working remote Fridays. Most guys, I feel like, are working remote Fridays. Got nothing to lose Thursday. Usually it's been Thursday night football. You're already out with the boys. Oh, the girls are meeting up. And this is no date. This is no date at all. And people already, when you're out on a Thursday night, you ain't working Friday really. You're like, maybe like move the mouse a little bit. You're getting laid Thursday.
Okay.
The percentage of getting fucked on a Thursday is pretty high if you really crunch the numbers out.
I wonder if there's data behind this.
Who's getting laid?
What do people think?
I mean, it's got to be Saturday. Saturday is the number one day of getting laid.
You think. I feel like everyone just loses their shit. Saturday gets a little too drunk and everyone's partying, goes back to a house, and it's just too crowded.
Can I give you my old game plan for Thursdays on
Yeah,
this
yeah.
note? Okay. So Thursday
I
for
find
me,
a twin.
That was good.
Yeah. So Thursday would be like
Fraternal.
you go and you arrange to, let's say it's like a Hinge or something type of date.
Mm-hmm.
You arrange to have drinks somewhere. If the drinks go well, you're at a place that has like a good dinner. Okay. So you're,
Okay.
you know, like, and if that goes well, then it's like, let's have a nightcap somewhere. And if that goes well, you're going with your theory, okay? But the odds that you're going to go through all three stages where it's all going well is probably minimal from both parties. And then at any time, the excuse is, I got to work tomorrow, I got to go. Mm-hmm. And then you're out scot-free, no one's feelings are hurt, and you're just done. So I was a big proponent of the Thursday early in the
Evening.
courtship kind of date.
Yes.
Because you always have that, I got to actually have a big Friday. I got a big work meeting tomorrow. And they'd be like, aren't you a blogger? I'd be like, you don't understand.
It's harder than you think.
Yeah.
I have fallen for that Thursday trap, the thirsty Thursday trap.
Hey, Hannah, we know.
Oh, I am notorious. Maybe it's just me. Maybe I'm the one putting the ratio up, as in
You're a Thursday thought.
I'm a Thursday thought.
Getting
I'm a
shots up.
thirsty Thursday bitch.
So that's what. So if you've obviously talked about catching bodies on this show. So like if we did a bar graph, like Thursday is just a spike.
Notoriously high. Like the percentage, if we did a pie chart of my bodies, it would be at least 70+% of my bodies caught on a Thursday.
No way.
Yes, especially in Arizona, because our business school had no Friday classes. I'm catching dick Thursday. Like there's no, like Fridays I'm sleeping. No one's getting laid on a Friday in Arizona.
Thursday's the
thirsty,
day.
parched, quench me. Like that, I'm getting bodies Thursday.
All right.
There's something to what you said, Ed. Like everyone is out late on Saturday, but if you remain out late on a Thursday, you're looking for some D.
And I guess there is something to help your point here too. Is everyone? But so Saturday it's more volume, right? Like more people are out, just pure quantity.
It's also more competition.
More competition. However, your time frames don't typically, maybe they don't match up as much. Like people go out at different times.
Yes, because they go out during the day.
Correct. Yeah. Some people might. Yeah.
Some people are already hammered.
Correct.
And some people are just starting.
Thursday, like everyone's working, so you're like you're all
on the same
schedule at a point. So maybe there is a little something to it. I don't know.
I feel like the happy hour culture is just not a thing here in Chicago the way it is in like New York.
Yeah,
No,
New York's
it's
wild
not.
like that.
Yeah, they go out like multiple times a week, and I feel like there's probably more people having sex in New York than here just because of that culture.
100,000%. It baffles me.
I would agree with that.
No one's getting like, if you're in a city that high percentage getting laid on a Thursday, you have a small percentage even on a Tuesday. I know that's a bold statistic, but like here in Chicago, it's kind of crazy that like nobody wants to like really fucking drink on a weekday. That sounds a little psycho.
I don't
Sounds
know
like
if
I'm
I've
alcoholic.
ever had sex on a Tuesday.
Yeah.
I'd say
24%.
Would you
my
agree?
bodies.
It's kind of it's pretty much a Thursday through Sunday
Yeah,
city.
I
Like
feel
Monday,
like that.
Tuesday, Wednesday are pretty
dire.
dire.
Yeah.
Even Thursday's tough. I feel like other places have like we might have the hot spots on Thursdays for college kids, but places like New York have like the 30-something spots
Yeah.
on Thursday and Wednesday for drink deals. We don't really have that.
Yeah. I feel like Tom Lay, like that was his like biggest culture shock, was like people
Right.
just don't.
Yes.
Yeah, he was like, "Where's your Thursday spot?" I'm like, "My couch." Normal.
Yeah, it's like, dude, yeah.
He could go off about that for like hours, how like almost upsetting it is that there's no Thursday go-to spot here.
I gotta circle back to something you said earlier about when you're going out on Thursday, like you're thirsty for it. How? Okay. Okay.
Sorry.
Jesus. Is that like a legitimate mind frame? Like I'm going out and I'm getting dick tonight.
I'm not going
I'm
out on
having
Thursday
dick
for
tonight.
nothing.
What?
I'm not going out on a Thursday for nothing. I mean, I don't do it anymore and everything, but like,
Right.
girlies plan. Like, if you're going out on Thursday, you're planning to get all your work done kind of all Thursday morning. Prep for like, you're going to be hungover Friday. Let's catch some D's tonight. If you're, some hotties go out Thursday. Those guys got, like the bad boys go out Thursday. You got nothing to lose if you're willing to willy-nilly your work Friday. Those are the guys I feel like girls are like chasing, the Thursday night guys. Honestly,
Maybe this is. I feel like I'm not getting chased. Like I've never had a girl like you're saying, like you're going up and like throwing yourself at guys.
tossing. Not anymore, obviously.
Not anymore. Past
Not
tense.
anymore. The fucking-
Past tense.
We got to mention Thursday is wildly different on a college campus. Than
Yeah,
it is,
yeah.
like,
So different.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like we could tell you a spot like
But even
daily for like college kids.
Sure, Kincaid's Wednesday.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
You're bound to
Old
get
Town,
stuffed.
Yes.
Old Town on Thursday.
Sure.
There's more streets. You know, hit up Wells Street on a Thursday.
Yeah.
Sure.
Wet
Clark
and wild
Street.
there, like on a Thursday.
Sure. Your enemy, your rival's gonna love this episode. She's gonna be. My family friend is dating this woman.
We need to meet at Fireplace Inn right now to talk about this.
And all bad things happen at Fireplace Inn. I said that's the worst place. For a little backstory, my boyfriend was supposed to meet up a one-on-one to grab drinks, catch up with the girl a few episodes back that I just went off about.
That you hate.
Dislike. Or, yeah, essentially.
Thumbs down.
And the only qualm I really had was not on a thirsty Thursday.
Yeah, this is what inspired this talk. They wanted to have their little one-on-one, but they wanted it to be on a Thursday night, and you were like, no, because most guys get laid on Thursday nights.
I'm like, that's the thirstiest day to go out. Imagine, like, you one-on-one drinks at Fireplace Inn. Why the most lit bar?
Well, at
on
least you know they're
Wells.
going to be fighting.
What if there's just like you get?
I'm gonna roll up.
It's let's say it's midnight. You're at some bar, and you're determined to catch D.
Yeah,
as
you got the Cinderella
and
transformation.
it's just like, do you just lower your standards, or is it just like I'll take the pick of this trash heap?
It's like the
Because I've already made up my mind. I'm taking somebody home, and it's like, wow, this guy's here.
It's like the drink
fine, I'll
amount
take
goes
Kyle.
up. The
Yeah.
personal standard doesn't necessarily go down, but the drink amounts go up. Do you catch my drift? Like, so inadvertently,
but
yes,
those-
my
those
standard does
are
make
Drink
Correlate.
until they
go
look
down.
better.
Yes.
Drink until
Yeah,
they're
you
dim the
look like I need
lights.
another beer.
Yeah. So, I mean, if I'm going out on Thursday, way back when, I'm trying to catch D. And I have. And I have been kicked out in the morning. I was like, I got to work. Or even the night of, hey, I got to work in the morning. And I'm like, that's fine with me. Because I knew what I was getting myself into.
You think a lot of guys are having sex Sunday nights?
Absolutely. Nights? No.
Sunday morning, wake up, you got the hangover hornies. You might have sex twice. Sunday night,
100%.
you got the scariest, works tomorrow. Like, ugh.
It's a distraction.
Yeah.
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 Sunday
Get
morning.
those endorphins up real quick before everything comes crashing down the next day.
You shouldn't be happy on a Sunday night.
Yeah.
No. That's like a depressing. No one should be like
Yeah,
around.
you'll be
Well, that's
crying during sex.
what I like the best.
Crying during sex.
Just like, let's just get this over with.
Yeah.
Sunday scaries.
Wow.
Sunday
Way to,
sexy scaries.
Way to come in. This is your first episode of the year. Way to come in like a firecracker. You know, that was
Yeah.
I just think people get laid on Thursdays.
quite the take. What did you guys had another interaction that was interesting, didn't you?
Oh, yeah. Hannah was telling me how she gets upset when she is upset and her boyfriend suggests that she just needs to eat something.
Oh, that's
Or like the vague hallmark, like blanket statement of I'm upset about something specific, and it's like, did you try drinking water today? Like, sir, no. I don't know how to do my 401k. I'm getting frustrated. That water is not going to help this.
it might. It might.
So they say. So
there is this is a scientific fact that if you are a criminal and you're going before the judge for sentencing, you want to have your sentencing occur between 1 and 3 o'clock, because the judge will have had lunch and he won't be hangry. And they've been able to look at, if you're having a sentencing at 11 a.m., you're getting fucked.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you're tack on another higher bail or longer parole, whatever it is. Your sentences before lunch are always worse than after lunch. So there is some maybe next time, Hannah, just when you're mad at your boyfriend, just have a piece of cheese. Just have a piece of cheese and maybe you'll be fine.
I feel like I'll just be gassy and angry still, but
Pick your protein, but
I mean, hey, obviously it's good to be hydrated. It's good to have your 3 meals, but when I'm upset about something specific, I have to pay $300 to fix my couch right now, I don't think a glass of water is going to necessarily help the chocolate stains that somebody may have splattered all over my couch. You know what I mean?
But you might be less angry about it.
Yes.
You get more into problem-solving mode when you have your appetite.
Have you ever been mad and eaten something and then found yourself to be a little happier? Has it ever worked?
Well, I don't know.
That's how I got like this. Because I've been sad a lot and I just start eating.
Talk it over.
Yeah.
But imagine now, you go to a therapist, it's have you tried hydrating? It's kind of that, the vague.
Oh.
Did you try relaxing? Like, what? If I could, I would, kind of concept.
I'm the guy who defends your boyfriend all the time.
I know.
He's just trying to get through the day. And if he can put a little Band-Aid on it with a piece of cheese and a bottle of water, fucking let him do it, and then save the bigger stuff for your actual therapist, because that's not him. That's not his job.
He's been rolling up with like a bottle of wine and like more snacks recently. Clearly to like
learning.
Calm me.
Well, I feel like you talked about how you thought that was funny. How you're like, well, it's like a conversation you have when you're in a relationship, where you're just like, hey, well, you know.
I've had the have you eaten anything conversation plenty of times.
Yeah.
Here, my thesis is that's not what they want to hear, but that is the cure.
Right. So you just be like, let's take this into the kitchen.
Well, yeah. So I'll at some point they'll be so stubborn that they will refuse to eat anything. So then you just Uber Eats. You know, you get her a thing of ribs on the side, even though she says she doesn't want it. Next thing you know, she's eating. I do feel a lot better.
Second order of fries.
What do you know?
I guess I overreacted.
Eating something for the first time at 6 p.m. does help your mood.
Yep.
I mean, you're not wrong.
You're using like specific examples though. Like, well, yes, eating something isn't going to help a chocolate stain on the couch, whatever the hell you just said.
But that's like everyone's girl life. Like, it's
right. But
like,
I think it generally applies to when girls are just like maybe a little pissed off for like no apparent reason. It's like, oh, maybe because you're hungry. You know, I know drinking water is not going to help you do your taxes, but it'll put you in a better mood
to do your taxes.
But you know what? I will say, yes, that is correct. Most likely I am just dehydrated, a little hungry, maybe need to stretch. But the one thing guys can never say is
stretch. You
just relax.
Sure.
That's the go-to. That's the biggest. It's like Incredible Hulk style. Like if you tell a girl to just relax or chill out, you will get the complete opposite effect.
And it's like girls, they don't know when they're hungry. Like I know when I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Like my stomach's gurgling. They're just like they forget to eat. Like I know when I'm hungry.
I think that's anyone. I don't think that's just girls. I think you tell anyone to chill out, they're like, no, fucking chill out.
Yes. Back to the eating.
You ever tried telling Dave to chill out?
You ever called Dave a pussy?
Yeah. Don't call him a pussy. Nothing he hates more.
Yeah.
That was one of those eye-opening things. When he said he just like it enrages him to be called a pussy. That's such like a throwaway thing.
Yeah, dude, like that's the number one thing you say to someone like when you're trying to piss them off.
Yeah, it's like,
get
hey,
pissed off by that.
I don't want to go out.
Probably bothered me when I was 16.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to go out. I got work tomorrow. You pussy. Is it what?
Yeah,
I'll show you.
Yeah, you're not a pussy. You're being responsible.
Right. Whenever I've called him a pussy, it doesn't correspond to like his strength.
Yes. Yeah.
What's up?
That was very.
Yeah.
But I think everyone knows.
It's a window into his brain.
Yeah, I think everyone knows telling someone to calm down when they are not calm is not the key to make them calmer.
Yeah. You're right. No. Wait, go back to this chocolate. So he was like Hershey syrup on your couch?
Yeah. What do you mean spillage?
Yeah,
Were you making s'mores in the living room?
There's a no eating on my white couch. It's like my first big piece of furniture I purchased. There's a no eating rule. And like the other night, he's like secretly gobbling like Reese's covered pretzels. And I look over today and there's like splatters of it like rolled around and like
hopefully it was chocolate.
Like it looks like little pieces of poop.
All right, so I got to defend your boyfriend again. It's just becoming my favorite thing. Why are you buying a couch that you can't sit and eat and enjoy?
I knew that would be the argument, but it's like at least with a blanket down. I'm very cautious. It's my couch. I mean, like
you can't have your lifestyle into a white couch.
Yeah.
But that's not my lifestyle. If I'm gonna eat snacks, like I'm either gonna have like a blanket on the couch. It was just reckless.
We had a room growing up by my mom's house that had all white couches. I was not allowed in there, like, period. The only time I was in there, if I like came home and both my parents were sitting in there, I was like, "Oh fuck, I am in trouble." And then they'd be like, "Come on in here." That was the you're not allowed in here unless you're already in trouble.
Parent teacher conference.
Don't
room.
bring any food.
Yeah, we found your progress report that you hid. That kind of conversation.
Or like picture day, or like for family photos, like that kind of room. Yes, maybe I chose to get that couch.
Yeah,
I know it wasn't like a wise decision, but I'm also not treating my place like a man cave. Do you know what I mean?
Sure, but you can have a couch that people are comfortable sitting and living around.
Oh, we live in it, but like
doesn't sound like he can't even enjoy chocolate covered pretzels.
Not when you're making crumbs.
Not
when you're making crumbs. Not when you're making so many crumbs you accidentally sat in it and smushed around.
I don't like that when I first picture like a white couch in a nice room with white walls, a white carpet. I think like that's where a girl goes to drink wine, which is the most like sustainable thing ever.
Or it better be like a leather couch.
Yeah, or a white wine.
Yeah. Well, I have like sippy top cups on my wine glass.
See, like all the accommodations you have to make for a white couch, is it worth it?
Yeah. Is it worth it? I don't know. It's not, but we're in too deep. We're in too deep. I feel like that's a very girl thing to do, is like get like very white clothes, get very white furniture, like pristine things that are just not realistic to live around or in.
I get furniture based upon my dog now. Because I get like a gray. I get gray couches and a gray love seat because he has black, white, gray fur. So like if I get a black one, it's showing up. If I get a white one, it's showing up. So I have to stick in the middle and then do the best I can.
How do you feel about that?
How do I feel about that? It's worth it.
Here comes the dog slander.
Yeah, no, I
Just a
like,
question.
hey George, come on up on this couch. I got this special for you because you're my special boy and I love you and make my life so much better.
It is a good question. It's a lifestyle change
It's a
when you get a
quite-
dog that sheds.
It's genuine, like your life changed drastically.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like I have to consider something besides myself.
Like he's setting you up to be like one slight comment of like, yeah, it sucks, and just to make some point of like anti-dog here.
You should have seen. I did a podcast with Chief the week he got George, and I've never seen a guy who looked like he's been to hell and back before, like this guy.
I'm not gonna lie, that puppy phase was tough.
Yeah.
It was tough. Like that. I think we talked about it then, but I had this like kind of. It was a mesh kind of playpen, and I would put it right next to my table where I would sit and blog, and that wasn't like good enough. He would howl, cry, whatever. So then I would have to like get into and like sit Indian style in his pen with him, sit there and type, and then he would just fall asleep. But as soon as I got up, because I couldn't trust him to just like run around and not fuck everything up, so I had to be physically in his playpen blogging.
Harry, can you bleep out Indian style? And he's a what kind of dog is he? He's like a hunting dog too, right?
Yeah, but he's a little pussy.
He's born to
afraid of
howl, though.
everything. Yeah.
Hannah, sorry, go on, Chief.
He's a coonhound of some kind. Yeah.
Hannah, you're out on a Thursday trying to get some D. You approach a guy covered in dog fur. Is that a make or break? Three different color kinds of dog fur. Neapolitan.
Is the background of his phone like screensaver his dog? Because I'm in then. You got me. I'm hooked.
Well, it's like you don't know anything besides this guy just got random fur all over his body.
Then he definitely has a dog, and I think that's cute.
But what if you
Okay.
show up and it's a ferret?
Ooh. Well, I would hope she would investigate.
I'm in too late if I'm going home with a guy that I already accepted the fur could be an animal, which I'm clearly like into, that like someone has a pet.
But don't you think that you would have had at least 3 minutes of conversation with this guy before going home with him? And maybe you would be like, do you have a dog? I see all the fur all over you.
I don't know if a ferret owner would immediately say ferret. I honestly would go home and if it was still a ferret. If it's a Thursday, I'm still going home.
You're taking the
So that answers our question.
It doesn't
before.
matter. Dog,
Like
ferret,
honestly,
cat.
like your boyfriend should fucking handcuff you to a bedpost on Thursdays. Like
He takes me out on
Might
Thursdays,
do
I
that
guess.
anyway.
Yeah. Slide plates of food under the door.
exactly.
It's like date night Thursdays,
yes.
constantly like feeding me food.
He should
wine.
not let you leave.
I'm
your sites
saying
on
more of
Thursdays.
obviously having a dog isn't a deal breaker, but as a part of you, like, you know, like
This
look in
guy's
the mirror, you have
unclean.
all this fur over you, like
Yeah.
a lint roller.
Clearly,
Dude,
if I'm
the
going
lint
out on a
rollers don't
Thursday,
work.
if I'm
I
willing to
imagine
risk it-
nothing works, but
Yeah.
going to a girl's mind here.
If I'm willing to risk it for the biscuit on Thursday, a dog is not going to hold me back. Dog fur, ferret fur, maybe cat fur because I'm slightly allergic. But even then, I'll just pop a Benadryl.
I don't know, man.
If I'm going out on Thursday, I'm going to get laid. That is just my prerogative and that my determination.
If things are getting hot and steamy and I'm in a girl's room and I see a ferret sneak under the door, I think it's over. Not that it's just like, maybe if she warned me, sure, but if I see a little long ass rat come in, like
I'm out on rodents. Like I'm
Yeah.
not.
Oh,
like,
yeah.
if you got a rodent, like you better be real fucking hot. You have to be like, what's the hot? How hot does you have to be like, yeah, this is my fucking ferret?
This is my gerbil.
Yeah.
Ew.
well, it's funny. We had Eddie. I think you know where I'm going with this. Eddie will do the Chicago smoke shows, and he'll follow them on Instagram. And there was one girl who basically just had a ferret farm,
That's just
like 5 ferrets, and every day I'd go on the feed. I'm like, Ed, like I can't be seeing all these ferrets every day when I have to unfollow this girl.
Did you follow the ferret page by accident?
No,
or
it's
No,
her.
it's just her.
Fiona the ferret owner, smoke show of the day. Just
It's also like ferrets, like rabbits. If you have a domesticated rabbit,
That's
you need a whole room dedicated to that rabbit, or else your whole house will smell like rabbit. And at that point, is it worth having a rabbit?
That's kind of how I feel about cats, though, too. I feel
You
like
think?
they got the kitty litter, like it has that smell, like ugh.
Tom. I mean, Tom's cat's pretty nice.
It
Okay.
is.
It's the only cat I like. Either way, Thursday, no matter what animal you got.
You think it's weird
that
for a
whole
guy to have a
animal
cat?
guy. I don't think it's weird for him to have a cat because a cat acts like a dog, and I've babysat the cat.
That's
What?
that is a common trope where there people are just like, oh yeah, but my cat's just like a duck. No, it's not. That's like when the girls are like, oh, I'm like one of the guys. No, you're not.
You
Okay,
are.
like you're not. You're not one of the guys.
See, well, I guess I'll agree with you there only to boost my point from that last episode, but I don't know. I don't think it's weird. Well, I think it's weird if you have 2+ cats. If you're a guy and got 2+ cats, that's a little too much.
I like a nice house cat here and there.
Do you have a cat, Danny?
No, but I wouldn't mind. Like it's not even home half the time. I feel like it's just there when you're bored. It's not that much maintenance. Get it a litter box.
Well, I think that's the thing, right? And that's why people get them because they're self-sufficient, basically.
Yeah.
And if you die, then they'll just eat
Yeah,
you. And you'll be fine.
They'll
No,
eat you?
no
Oh,
funeral.
yeah. Well, I mean, like any pet, I believe will.
No, dogs
if,
wouldn't.
if you have a
will
cat,
starve to death
closed
next to their
casket funeral.
Really?
Yeah.
If it got hungry enough.
They will starve to death. That would imply that they got hungry enough, but they will just sit there like
They're
starved,
probably eating your shoes before that.
Like I heard a cat will like start eating your cheeks and shit.
like early.
Yeah,
Like you might just be asleep,
right.
and they're like,
It's
"Oh, let me see
closed
what this guy
casket."
tastes like.
Pigs will eat you.
It's fucked.
Pigs will eat you.
Pigs will they?
Really eat you.
I
Yeah.
think there's something like still to this day, like 8 farmers a year die from getting eaten by pigs.
Oh
Oh
my
yeah, like
Yeah.
you fall into their fucking
That's
trenches.
it. Yeah,
Oh,
What
yeah.
a way to go.
And they'll eat the bones and all.
you're gone. The
Fucking
whole thing.
Sandlot.
It's like, oh, what happened to that guy? It's like, well, we found his fucking dental implants in the bottom of the trough.
What a good way to, I guess, murder someone
They've
via
said
pig.
that. I've seen that before too. Like that's like the best way
Get rid
to
of the
like
body.
fucking dump them. Yeah.
Send it to a pig farm.
Feed them
Like
to the pigs.
Yeah.
Wilbur.
I mean, that's fucking Joe Exotic in that. What was that series? You fed him to tigers. her
Tiger
husband.
King?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Carolyn Baskin.
Yeah. But I think they don't even go that deep as the pigs do.
The pigs will do more than the tiger will.
Yeah.
I can
Pigs will
see it.
fucking eat the bones, dude.
Okay.
Aren't tigers just manhunters? They kill men for fun, like polar bears.
What?
I know polar bears are like the only animal I think that will like hunt and stalk.
Yeah, just for
a
sport.
human.
Would you go that far though, if you could? Like if it wasn't frowned upon, it wasn't fucked up to have a
A sweet
a-
animal.
Yeah.
At what cost? Like if you just got an alligator in your laundry
Well-
room, is it that fun?
Yeah, no.
Depends on what kind of like. I love animals. Like we went down to Sydney's grandpa's place. He's got elk. He's got bison. He's got cows, sheep. I would love to have all of those.
I could
Like,
fuck
that'd
with
be
a
fun.
sheep.
Why? What are you talking, Eddie? Like a
Yeah, like if you
a baby
were,
bear?
yeah, like if you had the land, you're like, yeah, I got a white tiger.
Like a
Like
Mike,
it's-
like a Mike Tyson.
Correct,
situation.
and it wasn't irresponsible, and it wasn't
Yeah, inhumane or whatever.
inhumane.
Yeah.
Correct.
That's so much maintenance. I could barely take care of myself.
if I was like a tiger whisperer, maybe. But if I'm just scared for my life every day when I see my tiger not in his cage,
I used
fuck,
to.
where's Timmy?
Do you remember Cribs?
Yeah.
On MTV when they
Mm-hmm.
were like, oh, like here, come check out my dogs, and they would have like 9 dogs just like locked in cages. I remember being like, is someone gonna call somebody about this because this seems super fucked up.
Yeah.
They would be in those like big metal cages, and I feel like that's what you have to do with like tigers too. Like there's just no, I don't know if there is a good way to have a tiger.
A tiger might be the like most dangerous pet, right?
Have you seen? Maybe have you seen that thing about the guy who like
Chimpanzee.
raised these lions? Like he rescued them when they were like just a little like lion kittens, like a little Simba, and then they like nurtured them back to health, and it got to the point where it was like, well, we can't just fucking have this lion, so they brought him to some preserve in Kenya, and then they were away from the lions for like 5 years, we'll say, like a long time, and the lion comes like sprinting up to him and like jumps and like just bear hugs him and like licks his face as if he were like a big Great Dane.
It was like
the Lion Whisperer.
beautiful.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful
They
video.
like it remembered like, oh, this is my guy.
This guy raised me. It was like that's one of the videos if you could like rank like tearjerker moments where you just like cry because there's like beautiful music in the background and they just like hug and like remember each other.
Yeah.
I'm not that afraid of like a male lion. I know I should be, but
That's
I feel like they're the least
so
like
bold.
agile of all the big cats. Like they're just a female lion. Yeah, a male lion. They're kind of just wonk wonk.
Okay, what
Well, they don't move
cartoons are
until
you
they have
watching?
to.
I'm watching real life. I'm watching
Did you
these
watch
3
the
lions
Obama?
run up to a guy and kiss him.
That
Did you
is
watch
so
the Obama
bold.
our national parks in Kenya?
Mm-mm.
You would think twice about talking about those lions.
As opposed to leopards, cheetahs,
Yeah.
tigers.
Yeah.
They
Dude.
seem the least athletic of the
Have
big
you?
cats.
Do you
Yeah.
remember that story? This is probably from like 5-6 years ago. This guy was jogging in Colorado, and he got jumped by a mountain lion, and he just like wrestled it and then like put it in a chokehold and like choked out that fucking lion. And like to save his own life, he choked out a lion.
I could see that.
That's fucking
That's-
incredible.
Yeah, that's quick thinking.
Those were not in our mountain lion drills as
You just
when
put
I
him in
grew
a
up.
full Nelson.
Yeah,
You
he's
see that?
just, you know,
They killed P-22 in California. Did you see that?
no.
Yeah, that it's like a famous mountain lion that lived in L.A. And
I didn't know that.
yeah, they chipped it years ago.
He was just going Godzilla on the community.
Dude, I don't even think like they recently dog walker. Dude, talk about listen. You want to have a conversation? Talk about responsibility. Dog walking.
Oh,
Yeah.
they make bank.
They make good money, but I'll tell you what, that's responsibility.
And it's one of those things where like you can't scale it, you know, like you can only have. There was this when I lived in a Ukrainian village. This was like right around the time George was a puppy. This guy, he took, and he was probably like close to retirement age. He brought 6 dogs to the Wicker Park dog park, and it was chaos because usually like, hey, like if my dog's getting out of line, like I will correct my dog. This guy was just like, fuck it. No, like they were going crazy. Like they had to be like separate the dogs. They were playing too hard and got a little violent. And then like a week later, I saw like a tweet going viral that it was also a coonhound, kind of similar looking, looked more like the Tennessee mascot, but he was a dog that was with this guy, got off the leash and then like couldn't find it. So there was a tweet like, hey, if you've seen this dog, please contact whatever. And it was going viral around in Chicago. And this guy, like, I know for a fact he was probably walking that dog and like he had too many other dogs and got out of control and lost somebody's dog.
Yeah, and so my buddy, he lived like on Lakeshore, and there was a dog walker. He was walking, and another dog, like they lived in a big complex. They were walking across each other in the hall, and the other dog just went at it and it just killed the other dog.
Get the fuck out of here!
Just
Holy
Dude.
shit!
latched on, killed the other dog. And then same thing with this P-22, this mountain lion in California, who they just euthanized. They just put it down. This dog walker was just walking these 2, I believe they were Chihuahuas. And the dog walker was like, they were like, it was a little behind them.
Yeah.
And P-22 just came up behind it, just snatched one of them.
Wow.
Yep.
P-22?
P-22.
P as in pneumonia?
Yeah, Puma.
Puma.
Mhm. Yep, exactly. But it's pretty cool. It's like one of the only living ones that they knew. They had it chipped, and they have this in National Geographic. They had it walking like by the Hollywood sign.
Oh no!
Just hanging out
It's
there.
just like
Yeah,
It's like
Just-
Godzilla on the
yeah.
Empire
You know what I
State.
mean?
he's like all stressed out. He's just looking out at the lights, being like, "My dreams are down there."
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And they're like, oh, like so they just studied this mountain lion. They're like, how long could it last? And
Yeah.
like, this.
How many chihuahuas can this thing eat?
a lot.
Yeah, they're like, how long could it last? And like they chipped this thing, and like, could you imagine they would just watch this and it was just sleeping in people's backyards and shit?
Dude.
That's like a very real thing. Like 2 of my friends' dogs got eaten by a mountain lion.
Come on.
Like we had mountain lion drills growing
yeah.
up. We had open campuses. We don't know how to attack a mountain lion, but we know to run inside when a mountain lion comes in.
So you guys like drinking in the woods growing up, or is that just like no way?
I mean, I don't know. I guess you don't really think of the mountain lions like it's kind of like earthquake drills. Like they happen, but how often?
But like, are you guys like around here? Like, our biggest fear is like coyotes, and they usually run away. If we're like,
Yeah.
if we're like teenagers just frolicking around the woods. You guys can't even do that. It's like Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but like they do it.
When I was
feel like they're scared more of scared more of humans most of the time, I guess, until
P22 comes around.
Rolls up.
See, back to, has that mountain lion eaten anything today?
Yeah.
He killed a koala at the LA Zoo.
A koala?
Really?
Yeah, they had it on footage. Like,
He was wild and got into the zoo?
yeah, P22 got into the zoo.
Oh,
and he
shit.
killed a
Being
koala,
so powerful, just roaming into the zoo just to snatch up
Jesus.
like easy refrigerator
No,
koala.
he's probably got chlamydia.
Yeah.
We had bear days when I was at prep school. So like a snow
Bear
day.
drill?
Yeah,
Bear
we wouldn't
down.
I don't remember doing drills per se, but it was basically like had our schools up in the fucking woods of the Berkshire Mountains, and there was all these, I think they're black bears, and the black bears, and that was our mascot too. And there was like a day where it was just like, it probably happened 3 times when I was there, where a bear would just come down with it. Usually it was like a mama and 2 cubs. And they'd be like, all right, well, school's canceled because we can't have anybody getting eaten by a bear. So there was like, if you had a test that day, you're doing bear dances, like trying to get those things out there.
Fuck, we're going to have to make up these bear days at the end of the year.
Yeah.
I was 11, and we were watching my aunt's dog. It was like a Wheaton Terrier. And I never had a dog, and at the time I'm living #1 safest neighborhood in Chicago, safest spot too. Shout out North Park Circle. And I was like, Mom, let me just take Tony, that's the dog's name, out in front and just walk it like up and down the block. She's like, keep it in the yard. I'm like, Ma, it's fine. Out of nowhere, it's probably like 2:00 in the afternoon. I'm walking the dog, and I look behind me, and the dog starts tugging and barking in back of me, and there's just a coyote. First time I've ever seen a coyote in my life in broad daylight. I'm like, we got to go. They're barking at each other. The coyote's coming up. I'm probably like 20 yards away from my house at this point. He's still not tugging. Luckily, my neighbor friend was out there, and like we both just carried it quickly into the house.
Yeah, you got to lift that fucker
Yeah.
up.
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I was
It
gonna
was
say,
like a
dude,
good
that's
80-pound dog, too.
That's a real thing. I saw one crossing the street, and I saw this girl walking her dog, and this is a big coyote, and I pulled up, and I'm like, hey. And I could tell she was so scared.
Yeah.
Like, guy just rolling down her window. She probably thought I was going to fucking jump her or fucking...
Marty dealing with this coyote situation. Now we got this
No,
creep
she didn't
pulling
see
up.
the coyote.
Oh,
She thought I was probably just some fucking weirdo.
Are you
Okay.
the dog hater? What do you
Yeah,
want from me?
yeah. And I was just like, hey, no, I'm not like... I was just like, hey, I just saw a big coyote. Like, go, just grab your dog. You might want to get out of here.
Yeah.
Like, whatever.
I heard that one before. I'm not
Yeah.
getting that.
Thank you.
Come in the car, come on.
You
Yeah.
know.
We'd be remiss not to mention, Harry, you were a big dog walker. You had a sled dogs. You were walking like 5 at a time.
That's amazing.
I could see
Here and
that.
there, yeah. I had my crew.
You sent snaps to be like one shaggy dog, like one terrier, one chihuahua.
Dude, and people are like, rightfully so. Like, people love their fucking dogs, man. You know?
Yeah.
Like, that's so much responsibility.
Yeah, and
So
in
much
those
responsibility.
areas like Arizona, it's you have to think before even letting them in the yard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anywhere.
dude.
Dude, Arizona is basically Australia. They got 10,000 things that will kill you at the drop of a hat.
Javelinas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Javelinas for sure.
Scorpions.
Scorpions in
What's
the
a
shower.
javelina?
Javelina is like a type of
It's like Pumbaa.
wild pig.
It's
yeah.
a blind boar that smells fear, essentially. They like only come out at night, and they're very, very hostile.
Could you compare like the frequency of seeing a javelina to like, is it like the same as seeing a possum here or something?
No, it's like javelina, like the boogeyman, and then like a coyote and
Chupacabra.
then getting kidnapped. It's like javelina is like probably #1 scariest thing.
Really?
They're really violent, like they're really aggressive, and they're super blind, so they're like always on edge because they can't see.
I didn't know that about javelinas being blind.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
they're like scary ass looking boars.
But were they like that prevalent in
It's
Tucson?
so prevalent.
In Tucson? Where like...
And yes, I like thought it was a puppy in a park one night, and I'm like, let's pull over.
That's on our list
Like,
of things to
come here,
kill
come
with
here.
Sydney.
Javelina?
She's killed
Yeah.
a javelina.
But now, is
before.
that wild boars? Is that the
A
same
little
thing
different.
or no? A little different?
I think javelinas
Okay.
are smaller too, and they're
Okay.
supposed to taste better than wild boars.
Imagine that, dude. She's going out Thursday for some D, and she just gets
fucking knocked by
taken
a
out by
fucking
a
boar.
blind pig.
Like a javelina. Fucking,
She just
what's worse? Thursday gone wrong, pretty much.
exactly.
No, yeah, those are like very scary.
Yeah, dude.
And
There's-
scorpions.
That's what I'm saying. I'm terrified of taking the garbage out at night because of fucking raccoons with rabies, but other
I
places
feel like the
got
ones with
bad.
rabies don't come out at night.
They come out when I like
They're they got fucked up and they come out there in the day. That's how you know they have rabies. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Those people who take those videos by the lake, like hanging out with them. Like, what are you
insanity.
doing, dude?
Insanity.
Doing?
Hanging out with them.
And like
doing
rabies
that.
is one of those things that if you don't get it like treated like immediately, it can actually really fuck you up.
Oh,
Like,
you're dead.
Dead forever.
Like immediately. Too.
Yeah. Like later in that hour.
And the treatment is not fun.
Yeah.
Like they're I think like they're giving you a lot of shots.
In the stomach, yeah.
It's
And
like you're
when-
becoming a zombie. Like if you don't get the shot.
Right.
Yes, essentially, because when you got rabies, it's basically you got like a phobia of water. So like that's how they die, is basically like dehydration. You're so like scared of water and it just like fucks your mind up. You die of dehydration. So you're essentially a zombie.
And scorpions, like I've seen a scorpion probably every time I've gone to Florida, and they're venomous. Like how is that not a bigger issue? Like I'd constantly be worried about getting stung by a scorpion if I lived in those places.
Yeah, I mean, they rolled up in like showers and stuff, but it's kind of more like...
Like is there like a sort of EpiPen type of thing for like getting venom in you out there?
I don't know. That's a
Rattlesnakes?
great question.
Did we bring up rattlesnakes?
No.
But scorpions were like equivalent to like fucking squirrels out there.
Like spiders.
Yeah. Well, and it's like you could
essentially.
you got to like check your shoes and shit.
But at least that they don't like. You know what I feel like if it was like different climates, like those girls who wear the fucking rain boots here, that'd be a big problem if you had to wear those there.
life
Like,
or
Right.
death.
Yeah.
That's
You can have
flip
that
flop
little-
culture.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that big
you
toe,
know?
that little
That's true.
piggy's getting venom
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
I'm done
nice
for
at least. You know.
Yeah, and they're usually just like slow. Like it's weird. Like they don't like charge you or anything. But I did see a ton of scorpions like in the showers or whatnot. You just kind of hit it with the water. You know, it's like spiders. It's like spiders. A spider crawls up your drain. You're like, whoa, and you hit it with a shower.
So they're not on the attack. That's good.
They're
to
not
know.
on the
But
attack,
still,
I
like
think.
you're out with your friends, you see a scorpion, the whole
Dude,
room stops. Like,
they
let's-
just
let's
fucking
address
look
this
scary.
situation.
Nah.
Yeah.
They're horrifying.
Thirsty Thursday. You got mine on bigger problems.
back on
out
that.
there.
Yeah.
Hannah's getting piped
trying to
while
get-
she doesn't know like there's a
She's got
Trying to
scorpion
get
attached to
injected
her
with
ankle.
something else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get other scorpions on the mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's got other blind pigs
Yeah.
she's dealing with.
Yeah, exactly.
Essentially.
Exactly.
That could be misconstrued as an insult to Hannah.
Sorry.
Sorry,
It
it
is what
was,
it is.
Yeah.
She admitted. She said the more
Yeah.
she. the
No,
more
but
she-
if he's like, it would have to be a blind pig that would be going after Hannah, that would be rude.
It was
But
just
it
a
is
pun,
what it
Hannah.
is.
You said that you're willing to take any guy, so
I just need more drinks. Less scorpions, more drinks.
All right, Hannah.
Wait, I have standards. I just wanted to clarify that. I do have, I have standards.
Yeah.
not on Thursday though. That's fine.
Yeah.
Except for the UCLA foot fetish guy.
Yeah, that was gone too far. That was too far.
I
Wherever
don't-
you
I don't
are
wanna-
out there.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
My
UCLA.
foot was eating up like a corn on the cob, like
Okay.
like a tongue between the toes. Like you,
Shout out to him.
Jesus Christ.
Shout out to
Wait,
the-
where does that? Is that you make out, then he goes to the feet?
foot, like it was like foot first.
Foot first.
I
Were you
didn't make
wearing
out after.
flip flops that day?
Yes, Arizona, the dustiest, mustiest feet.
God. So do you make out with him after he's got your foot in his mouth?
No, that was like quickly as like kind of like ended it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but like I got
I've never
dusty
understood
ass feet.
I've never understood the foot thing.
No.
It's one thing to like feet. To have a whole foot on your tongue is.
You never stiffed my foot.
No, I haven't.
No, you didn't.
No. And
The
I
whole
gotta
office
say,
did, besides you and Dave.
was I not here?
And Carl too, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So half the office.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like all the other, like Harry did, Danny did, Danny
Lance.
Lance,
Garrett,
Garrett, Tom.
Glad I wasn't in that day.
if you ever want to
Nope.
whiff,
I'm good.
okay.
Appreciate it though.
One
But
day.
I mean, foot at this point is like so. Foot's basically PG, so I'm not. Like,
I
it's-
know.
Foot's whatever. If you're into that, well, what the fuck?
I think
Yeah,
you're weird.
Level
but-
up, if anything.
Yeah, foot's now like the finger in the ass. Like it's so common. It's not even a kink anymore.
Yeah.
Butt stuff.
All right then. All right, everybody. Thanks for listening. That's it for today. We will see you all tomorrow.